Hey, welcome. This is West Coast Paul. You are listening to Pure Adrenaline here on Stylin' Radio. I'm here live in the booth with Izzy. Hey, what up, Izzy?
What up?
Hey,
Excuse me.
We got the last hour here. We've got all the freaks out there listening to the rock music, having a great time. We cut off the last segment about our beloved parties, man, the VIP booth. I'm going, so stories, VIP booth stories. You know, I got a couple of them, but what do you got?
Well, when Lizzie Musey was alive, okay? Beautiful Lizzie Musey. God, we miss her.
Yeah, we do.
Her and Kai, they religiously come to that PRI after party, right?
Yeah.
And one year, Lizzie was like, I went up in the VIP booth because it's so crowded. And we're like, yeah, you went up there. I don't give a shit. And so she's walking with Kai, and Kai turned to talk to somebody, and we told our security guy that was, blocks the entrance to go up to the VIP booth. And the girls come walking up, and I come walking up behind them. And there's a rope or whatever it is, and he clicked it.
Yeah.
And Kai turned around, he goes, hey, I'm with them. And he looked at me, and Lizzie did the coolest thing. She's like, I don't know him. He's a stalker. And he goes, that's my girlfriend. And he goes, yeah, buddy, in your dreams. He's like, no, man, that's my girl. And she's like, I don't know you. It was so funny, man. Lizzie was so funny at shit. And poor Kai, man, he's like, I'm Kai Kelly from Street Outlaws. He goes, you don't look like Kai Kelly to me. And Kai didn't know what to say.
No, he was speechless. I was up there. Yeah, he was. I thought he wasn't going to get his ass beat or nothing, but yeah, he turned pale like, whoa, but I am Kai Kelly. I promise.
Yeah, he's like, but I am who I am. And so we kind of let the security guy fuck with him, and then he looked back up at me, and I go, that is really Kai Kelly, let him up. And she's like, my stalkers come to join us. Yeah, Lizzie, man, bless her heart. We miss her so bad, and cancer took her from us. But when Lizzie passed away, we were in Cordova, Illinois. It's the No Prep Kings event, and Kai's dad passed away at the same time.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of he'd make a pass, and then the guys would work on the car, and he spent a lot of time in his motorhome, and he'd come out and he saw me. And literally, he's like, Izzy, man, I'm glad you're here. And he just hugged me, and he goes, man, the week I've went through, and I'm like, man, I don't even know what to say, except you've heard it a million times. I'm sorry. But I want to tell you something, Kai. Remember that time at the after party where Lizzie said you were a stalker? And he just died laughing. He goes, and we talked about that, and he goes, man, that just made my whole week better. And he was like, I can't believe that guy told me I'm not Kai Kelly. And he's like, I didn't know what to do. Do I need to get my driver's license out? Fucking, what do I need to do?
She got him so good.
Yeah, she's a character.
I mean, and that is it's shit like that in life it has the most memories. I mean, it made it fun and it's stuff to think about and remember her in a great light and the personality and doing it to him, especially because, he's Kai Kelly. I mean, he's Mr., and
Street Outlaw from NOLA.
Yeah, having put in his place like that, it was just, it was absolutely one of the funniest moments that we've had. And
there's other funny moments. So I got called up to the front of the club, and it was an emergency. And so they got on the radio. They told my security guard, I need to get to the front. I'm getting text messages. I need to get to the front. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on now? I had just made my way from outside back to the VIP booth. Now I'm going back up front. And so you got to understand, I mean, this club is packed, asses to titties, man. I mean, it is packed. So I get up front, and they're like, these guys, they don't have their passes, but they're on the list. And I'm looking at them like, who in the fuck are these guys? Now, when I'm looking at these guys, I'm not racist at all. But we got 5 black guys wearing Letterman jackets that look like 2 Live Crew.
Yeah, okay.
They don't have their PRI badges. They don't have their credentials. And I'm looking at these motherfuckers, and I'm like, who? I thought Fresh Kid Ice passed away from Two Live Crew. Is this Uncle Luke's people? Like, who in the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
And Phantom, which is Sean Ellington, Murder Nova's crew chief, is like, hey, they're with us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck it, let Two Live Crew in. I don't give a shit. So next thing I know, within an hour, I have to make announcements every so often. And I'm up in the DJ booth, and I look over, and these Two Live Crew guys are partying with our girls and partying in our VIP booth, and it's like a big deal, and they're popping bottles and all this. And I'm like, am I paying for this shit? And they're like, no, they are. And I'm like,
they are. I'm
like, who in the fuck are these people? So whatever, right? We just partied the night away. Because I know you remember this because you were at this one.
Oh, yeah. I'm up in the DJ booth standing up there. Yeah, fucking rocking out, man.
Yeah, because I'm like, I have no fucking clue on who this is, right? But there's so many people and so many people trying to talk to me. My mind can only work so fast, right? So the party ends. We clean up. We went to Waffle House. We drag our ass back into PRI the next day on Saturday. And you could tell people were at our after party. They look like death, They're fucking trying to walk back to their booth. And these guys walk up to me, and this guy with dreadlocks like, Izzy, man, I really appreciate everything you did at the after party. We promoted the fuck out of that party, and we're glad it was as big as it was. And I'm like, who in the fuck are you? Wearing this Letterman's jacket, right?
Yeah,
and he's like, and he's like, my boss, man, he wants to talk to you. And I'm like, who's your boss? And he says, Sage. And I'm like, Sage, like sugar and sage? Like, what the fuck?
Sage.
So I walk up, come around the corner, I look up, and it's fucking Dunkmaster. And I'm like, oh shit, now I know who this is. And yeah, fucking Sage Dunkmaster, he had a great time at our after party, and he was the influencer that year. If you walked into PRI, his face was on every poster.
Yeah.
And I've known Sage for quite a while, but then COVID happened and we quit talking. And yeah, it was a big deal. He highly supports everything we're doing. He's even been on Styling Radio with us, and we love Sage to death, him and his wife, great people. But yeah, he still thinks that story is funny as shit. And they actually sent me a Letterman's jacket. I have my own Dunkmaster Letterman's jacket, and I do wear it in public. And, and it's just a story. I'm like, who the fuck is this Two Live Crew? Who the fuck are these guys? But
yeah, exactly. Because dude, they bought a shitload of fucking booze, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, there was nothing that anybody would want in that VIP booth for that period of time. It was incredible watching the you name it, bottle after bottle after.
They're ordering $700-800 in bottles of alcohol, and they're going through them in 30 seconds, and then they're like, Izzy, you want anything to drink? And of course, the club is. Oh, here's the thing. Here's the trick, guys. Follow me around a fucking party, and you'll get drunk. Because you'll see me with alcohol, but I'll sip on it and I'll set it down, and then next thing I know, I don't know where it is.
And just follow around, man. Yeah, you get free booze all night long. You just got to follow Izzy.
Yeah, and if I set it down, I won't drink it again because I don't know if someone spiked it, because I have been spiked.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, and the boys up in the booth, man, I had a shot with them, just one, and I can't believe how much shit they put down. And with others, it's bottle after bottle, beer after beer. It wasn't cheap stuff, man. If it was tequila, it
was top shelf.
Oh yeah, you name it, and it was there. And I'm going, you know what? They were such a great group. And like you say, when they walked in, you were wondering what in the fuck, and then you find out what's going on, and the next day, like you said, Sage. It was just another great event that we had. We hosted. With styling and it's a lot of things like that happen in every party, is he?
Yeah, and the club, they in our contract they give us for our crew, okay, so much alcohol, and really our crew, they drink, but they don't drink, because they're on duty.
Correct. Yep.
And my big thing is I want a bottle of beer, because I'm going to do shots with people, but I remember the club gave us a $5,700 blueberry vodka. And I remember seeing at the end of the night, everything was being wrung out and then we were getting paid. And I remember seeing that and I was like, say what? Now, we didn't have to pay for that. That was a gift from the club. And I'm like, who in the fuck would spend over $5,000 on a bottle of blueberry vodka? And I did have a drink of it.
It was fucking good.
Smooth.
Yeah.
So,
but I like, yeah.
You know, I mean, shit, if you're going to spend that much, give me some Pappy Van Winkle or something. Like, fuck. But, yeah, but that was a compliment that the club owner gave us for having our party there, you know. But it was on the thing so they could write it off, you know. And
yes.
Another thing about the after party, remember that, we're not going to say the girl's name, but there was a girl that was helping us out one year. And remember they were setting up the bar, and the bartenders were setting up the bar, and she goes, so is this party going to be that wild? And she goes, have you ever been to this after party? She goes, during COVID, the palm trees, there was $100 and $50 bills on top of the palm trees, you know, from people throwing money. It's that wild. And she was like, excuse me? Yeah, this girl had no idea how wild this shit was going to get. And she was basically there as an assistant, you know. So she was there. If there was people I couldn't talk to, she would set it up to where I could make time to talk to them. And
yeah, she was there helping us out, taking care of business for shit. Yeah,
and she actually did a really good job.
Yeah, she did. And she did, because at that party, Izzy, I mean, you got all the NPK guys, because we would hand out the
we do the NPK awards, yeah.
You know, and so if anybody wanted to meet a lot of different people, hell, in the, you know, the party that of TV personalities, others, you never know. I mean, it's you know, and she got a first class taste of what it's like to have one of those kind of parties, the kind of that Styling puts on. Yeah,
I mean, she's done other parties before, but she is, you know, when you got stock car legends dancing on the bar and fucking off-road guys and monster truck guys and drag racers and NHRA and IHRA and no prep, you know, street outlaw guys. I mean, the amount of people in this fucking club and TV personalities, it's unreal. And the only way you can get in this party is have a VIP pass, or you have to pre-buy a ticket, and they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nope.
And
worth every penny.
Yep. And then there's a cutoff. So there is a third way you can get in. It's called standby. And when people see that mile-long line to get in, there's a secondary line that's a stand-in line. So Wee Man and his guys got in that line, and they didn't say, hey, I'm Wee Man. I mean, he's short as fuck. I mean, he's a midget. I mean, you know who he is. But
he's 2 foot nothing. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I hear this is the party, and I know Izzy. So they called me to the front, and I looked over, and I'm like, fuck, there's Wee Man from Jackass. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in several years. He's like, yeah, man, I'm just here for the basketball tournament, but I hear this is the party. And it's just like when we shut down the MTV party next door, Pauly D and all the Jersey Shore people come over to our party.
Yeah, they had a blast, man. And you know, and it was a great party. Having them join it made it better. You know, it.
Well, what's funny is MTV filmed our party and said it was theirs when they put it on TV.
Yeah, exactly. And you had so many different groups there. I mean, you know, you had the, like you say, Wee Man, you had the party stuff from there, the MTV stuff, the racing things that we brought. There were a couple other parties, I say, down the block, you know, in that area happening, and they all just piled in on ours. And it turned in from a block party to Tiki Bob's, you know, PRI Styling party that was the party of the year.
Oh, yeah, and it will be, and it will continue to be for time to come. The only bad thing is Tiki Bob's is gone. We moved the party across the street, but we really need a bigger venue.
Yeah, we got to get something better. And because I know that the last Tiki Bob's one, I remember the day after the party, and I don't remember the booth, but the big chair, I'm sitting in the big chair, and the next thing I know, man, you're tapping on me, waking my ass up.
Oh, yeah, you were falling asleep. But
I was dead out.
But on that note, man, guys, we're getting back into the music. This is Pure Adrenaline on Styling Radio.
Hey, West Coast Paul, out.